John proves Micky Dolenz of the Monkees has always been a believer.
Did you, like, toast your father?
Oh, last night we did.
I'm seeing Charlie's Angels.
His name is Charlie.
Coming up next on Crossing Over with John Edward. From an early age, John Edward displayed remarkable psychic abilities, predictions and premonitions he couldn't explain. At age 15, a reading by a psychic changed his life. John was told what millions have witnessed. He can reunite people in the physical world with those who have crossed over.
Hi, I'm Micky Dolenz. This is my daughter Amy. Behind me here is my fiancée Donna, her sister Sandy, and another sister Cheryl. Donna's father passed away at the end of last year. Tried to find out if we could get on the show somehow for that reason.
Welcome to Crossing Over. I'm John Edward. If you're over the age of 30 or just a classic TV buff like myself, you'd have recognized Micky Dolenz from the 1960 hit television series The Monkees. On today's show, you'll see my session with Micky and his family, which brought back nostalgic memories of more than one hit TV show. And later on, Crossing Over Cross Country continues as we return to Chicago, where you'll experience the excitement of one of my seminars. But first, we head to a hotel room in Hollywood, California, where I held a session with Micky Dolenz, his daughter, fiancée, and soon-to-be sisters-in-law. And since no one has ever interviewed before a reading, I had no idea who they were hoping to hear from. But once the session began, the energies on the other side wasted no time in making a connection. In fact, one of the references I received was so specific, a popular 1970s television series, that there was no question who was coming through. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I feel like I'm being pulled over here, so I want to acknowledge that I have a male figure who has crossed. I do see this as being what I would see as being like father, and I also want to acknowledge that there's got to be a J or a G sound that's connected to the family, which means there's got to be either father or father-in-law, but there's a J or G connection that comes up with this. I also want to acknowledge there's a connection to Aquarius, or something of the sign of Aquarius, which is the birthday or anniversary. Is Dad passed for you? Yes. Okay. I feel like it's important that he acknowledges that today is almost about him, and that he's laughing about this. I feel like it's important that he gets this across in two separate ways. One, in a verbal way where I'm able to express it like this, and two, I want to express it in, like, painting. So I don't know if somebody does something about portraits or painting.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Okay, you must have the most amazing other side painting, or, you know, heavenly, like, kind of collage, or something that would be in honor of your dad, or something that would be done in his image. But I feel like it's such a gift to be able to see this. And it's out on display, and people can see this. And I actually feel like somebody either wanted to buy this, and they, like, wanted to do something with it, and they were like, no way. I don't know if he had lung cancer, but there's some type of lung cancer connection. Do you understand this?
It was cancer.
Okay, wait. If it is for Dad, okay, it had to affect his respiratory system, or something had to affect the lungs, because the way he's showing the treatment that he had, or something that he either had to be on oxygen, he had to be on like a respirator, there had to be some type of tube, there had to be some type of thing that I have to talk about. Where's George?
My father.
Also crossed?
Yes.
That's separate from this family?
Yes.
He's bringing George in, and George is making me feel like there's an Albert, or an Alan, or an Albie, but there's got to be an AL name that's connected as well, because George is also acknowledging cancer. So that means he's bringing somebody through with him who had cancer, which I think affected their skin. So somebody had to have skin cancer, or had to have something that would have been like melanoma, because it's coming up again over here. Is that back for you guys?
Yes, my father had that too.
He also
Okay.
had that.
All right, because they're taking me into the, so they're going to have dueling dads going on here. Although it's your father who's opening up the session, and I do want to acknowledge that he's allowing George to come through. He's also making me feel like, you said Mom is still here?
Yes.
Is her birthday now coming up?
No.
Somebody's birthday is like in about 3 days.
I'm in March. I don't know.
Nope. But you must be familiar with what I do, because third month also would be normally how, but they're making me, that's good. But they're making me feel like it's within like a 3. Who's got the boy? They tell me to acknowledge the son.
I have a son.
Okay, living. Okay. There's 2 boys?
I have 3.
So there's got to be 2 are similar, 1 is different. Like 2 have a similarity, like 2 close in age, 1 further apart. There's something about 2 and 1. And don't reach for it, just let it be what it is. If you've got 3 kids, I'm telling you that he's acknowledging 2 boys, and you're saying there's 3 boys. And that makes me say 2 are similar, 1 has to be very, very different, that he would break them up like that, okay? And he's also making me feel like I need to acknowledge that there's a lovely new floor that somebody's putting in, or like they just redid the tiles in the floor, or in the...
We just put hardwood flooring down. this past year in my house.
Okay, and this was after he's crossed? Because he would
Right
not
about
have,
the same time.
he would not have seen this, is what I'm basically telling you. He didn't get a chance to see this in its completion.
Oh,
Tiles.
I did have my bathroom tiles too,
And
and
Okay.
he did not see it.
Because he's making me feel like he did not see this.
Right.
And it would be two separate tiles that would be used, okay? Like you
Yes.
either went for, okay. I don't know if he referred to you guys as like his angels, but I'm seeing Charlie's Angels. So I don't know what that is a joke, but there's like a reference to that.
His name is Charlie.
Oh, okay. Because he's making me feel like you're like Charlie's Angels.
John's reading with Micky Dolenz and his loved ones will continue. But first, here's what Charlie's Angels had to say about hearing from their dad.
He did call us his angels, and we have another sister also, and the four of us, and we're Charlie's Angels. And it just floored me that we got his name like that.
My father was a very funny and a very, I would say, serious at the same time, right? He passed last November. He had cancer. It had been going on for several years and had eventually spread to his lungs at the end. Was very, very painful.
You must have the most amazing other side painting or, you know, heavenly, like, kind of collage. And it's out on display, and people can see this.
I knew he was talking to me because I've always painted, and my father loved my artwork, and he had it up all over his office, and I used to paint pictures for him specifically. And after he passed away, I did make a collage, so I'm happy to know that he has seen them.
Fox Wednesday. Comedy Block.
Welcome back to Crossing Over. Here again is John Edward.
Before the break, the dueling dads of Micky Dolenz and his fiancée, Donna, came through as true gentlemen, almost taking turns with their messages. Donna's dad, Charlie, impressed even me when he showed me a 1970s TV series to acknowledge his daughters, and that show was Charlie's Angels. We return to the reading as Donna's dad teases about an upcoming event that carries a hefty tab. There is a special dinner. There's a special dinner gathering. I don't know what this is, but this comes up.
2 marriages coming up and 2 weddings.
If that's it, then I'm supposed to tease that there is a pricey dollar amount being put on the plate, because he's referring to it like it's a fundraiser, that there's like a lot of money that's going into this or comes out of this. That's how it's being shown. So he wrote something for somebody while he was ill,
He was always writing.
Yeah.
but I feel like he might not have been able to speak, so he would like jot stuff down, and somebody kept the scribbles, or somebody has that.
I have it.
Okay, because he's acknowledging this. Is Jan connected to him?
My mother's cousin, who they're very close with.
Okay, is she still here?
Mm-hmm.
No.
It could be my mother, Janelle.
Also passed?
Yes.
He's acknowledging that the J-A-N, the Jan feeling, is there. It's past. So if your mom is passed, that would make more sense than the Jan who's here. Did your mom do this?
Yes.
She's making me feel like she was very into
Oh yeah.
this subject matter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And she's making me feel like this is something that, you know, would be right up her alley. Was Dad very serious?
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 Yes.
Because I feel like it might have been hard to, like, get close to him.
Oh yeah.
Either he came from a very difficult existence, like he might have come from a difficult time period, but I feel like he was able to overcome stuff, but he carried it with him. He didn't let it go. So he should be applauded for his accomplishments and what he accomplished and what he learned and what he did here, but he did have a hard time letting it go. Did you, like, toast your father?
Oh,
Last night we did.
He's telling me he was there when you toasted him. And you did it in a way that, again, is a gift to him, because you said, you know, if you can do this, great. If you can't, we understand, but, you know, we're gonna honor you anyway. That, to me, is like the biggest gift you can give somebody on the other side. You know, your mom, to me, the way that I knew that she was the person into this, was she was making me feel like she was doing the medium work for me on the other side, kind of getting everybody organized and making this happen.
That's her. That's her.
Is this somebody's first time in California?
No.
Or first time here?
I think it's
He's
First time to your house.
first time to my house.
okay, because I'm supposed to say that this is like the first time. And he's saying, take a lot of pictures. Take a lot of pictures. So if this is the place, if this is your house, or this is your house, whose house?
It's mine. Ours.
Oh, so then you have the mountains behind you?
The what?
The mountains are behind you?
Yes.
Because he's trying to show me that he sees where you're at.
Oh, God.
He's pulling back. Just know what they see. This is their way of coming through. And thank you guys for being a part of this.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank them.
Thank you.
Before we hear reactions to this reading, I want to honor the process by sharing other information that came through for Mickey and his loved ones that day. And when it came to numbers, no one could validate a message about someone married 4 times, or a reference to 5 kids in the family. This connection to a date was understood. The 24th is significant to his family, so I feel like the 24th is important.
Yes. It's not anniversary.
There's a 24th connection. Mickey's group seemed to do better with names than numbers. His fiancée Donna and her sisters confirmed this reference. So I feel like somebody has a nickname that would be like, you know, Big Red, or, you know, Tex, or...
Nevada, he
Oh, my
worked with
God,
a
yes.
person he was very close to. What's his name, Tex?
Duke.
Dude.
Okay.
Dude.
Then later in the reading, Mickey validated the C or K reference.
Kathleen,
Kathleen would do it. Who was this?
sister, sibling.
Living?
Yeah.
Mickey didn't understand a reference to a lion's head cane connected to his dad, but he and Donna knew that this next message was about a photo they have of her dad. Somebody had a picture of him not looking really, really good, hanging up someplace, and he's making me feel like you've got better pictures than that, and you can take that one down and hang something else up. Now that you've heard all the messages which came through, Mickey, Donna, and their loved ones tell us about their session, including the reference to the mountain views.
And the mountains behind the house. Such a distinctive
Yes.
feature of my house.
Exactly.
There's a terrace.
And the terrace.
I stand out there often and say, Dad, I hope you can see this house. This is where you and I would be sitting drinking coffee if you were here.
Did you, like, toast your father?
It was just last night, and I said, let's raise our glasses to Dad, and we all did, and
And he saw it.
there he was.
She was doing the medium work for me on the other side, kind of getting everybody organized and making this happen.
So her.
That was very her, getting everybody organized and okay.
All right, Charlie, come here. Okay, you're next. Wait, no. Wait. Stand there. Right. Take a number, please.
So he wrote something for somebody while he was ill, and somebody kept the scribbles.
When he was very sick, I was talking to him about how I thought it would be fun to own a wedding chapel. After he died, my mother was going through the drawers, and she found where he had sketched out a wedding chapel because to build me one.
Was that very serious? It's like he might have come from a difficult time period.
George was my father. He passed actually quite a while ago when I was a teenager. And he hit the nail right on the head. I mean, he was very, very serious. My father was born in northern Italy and went through World War I as a child, watching his mother get blown up by a hand grenade. Ran around the country, escaping the war, and had to eat nothing but turnips for 6 months. He always wanted to be an actor and own a restaurant, and he did it. He came out here to Hollywood, became a quite well-known actor, and owned a restaurant. So boy, I mean, talk about making it from nothing. It's unbelievable.
More with John on the road when Crossing Over Cross Country hits Chicago.
Sometimes it's the messages you're not expecting to receive that can end up giving you the biggest validation of all. And I hope that Jeff is able to figure out who is trying to connect with him in that Chicago hotel. And if he does, you'll be the first to know. My thanks to everyone on today's show, including Micky Dolenz and family, for sharing their stories with all of us. And as always, please remember to communicate, appreciate, and validate the people in your life today, so a medium like myself doesn't have to do it for you. I'm John Edward. Thanks for watching another episode of Crossing Over Cross Country. And please join me again next time here on Crossing Over.
Have you ever considered that this is reading our subconscious?
Actually, I've done testing with the university to rule out mind reading. You know, I am a skeptical person, but I'm logical. You can't read somebody's mind or their subconscious if they don't know about it yet. If it hasn't happened yet and they're not aware of it, you know, it can't. And that was something that, got ruled out.
When George